My little pot garden has been a disaster this year. Thanks to June's hot weather and losing quite a lot of my crops, or them being damaged enough that they're just in recovery mode now. That includes my tomatoes and my strawberries. And now July has just rained and rained and rained and rained. It's been cold, it's been dull. So even the tomatoes that I brought back with me when I came back in June haven't done very well. I'm starting to see some flowers, but they're very short plants. They're not going to have any kind of strength on them. My only real success has been the supermarket potatoes that sprouted and I planted. I've done reasonably well out of that considering what they are. But everything else has just been awful. My broad beans were all devastated by slugs, although June was really dry, so that kept them at bay. July's been really wet and they've been out in force. So I've lost all of those, so that's the end of that. I've planted some greens in a couple of troughs and they're doing okay. They don't seem to be that bothered by the wetter weather. I don't think I'm going to get anything off my tomatoes. I've just planted a second batch of sprouted potatoes, so I might get some lates. And I'm going to chuck a load of curly kale seeds into a big pot and see what happens. I never have any success growing kale. I don't think they like growing in pots. But yeah, it's been a pretty rubbish year as far as growing is concerned. The weather's just been all over the place. It's not been at the right times. If we suddenly get a late summer, later in August through September, those tomatoes might come into their own, but I'm not holding my breath. August apparently is going to be just as bad as July, and then you're really running out of time. So it's been pretty dreadful actually. It's sad because I really wanted to do a good year. I wish I'd been recording this channel last year, because last year was amazing. I was home at all the right times. My broad beans went berserk and were fantastic. The strawberries were great. I mean, my strawberry plants have survived. I lost all the strawberries this year. I had one strawberry. But the plants have survived and they're starting to put out their tendrils, so that will create new plants for next year, which I'm sinking into pots of earth so that they start to sprout on their own and branch out. So hopefully I can try again next year, depending on what on earth happens next year. But I know that other people are having better luck, particularly if they have proper gardens and allotments. Because everything I grow is in pots, it's really limited, and when the weather gets really, really hot, everything dries out really quickly and everything just struggles. So it's a real challenge when you only grow in pots, because your plants can't bed down into deeper soil. And it also means that there's lots of things you can't grow, because lots of things like really deep ground. So I struggle to grow leeks, carrots, things like that. They just don't like being grown in pots. So that's it really. This year for growing stuff has been dire. And I'm looking out the window now. It's the 1st of August and it's been raining and it's windy and it's cloudy and it's dark, and it's not vegetable growing weather at all. Not good.